Shamanic Journey number 109, to the power of choice, and to look at our lives. And as we travel upon this path and the journey that we undertake, there are times where we're in a position where we have to make a choice. And sometimes we're in that position to do that, and other times we're not. And if we look at different aspects of our lives when we've made choices, have we been forced and with our backs against the wall to make a decision? Have we freely been able to make decisions, understanding the concept of our fear of failure or our fear of success in terms of making a commitment in either way and having either outcome come to be? And so sometimes we have choices, and the power of choice is in our hands. And I guess we can somehow tie free will into the equation of how our lives are on a certain path. Sometimes we have the fear of making the wrong decision, and that brings, again, like I said, that concept of success or failure. But if we imagine a moment in our lives, right, when a single decision that we make has a somewhat of a ripple effect in our lives, right? Perhaps in choosing to leave something that no longer serves us, a toxic situation, whether it be at work, whether it be in a relationship, and we have a choice to make, right? Either stepping into a new career, a different job path, or making like meaningful changes in your life to prioritize your health and the way you live, the food you eat, the way you exercise. So every choice, no matter how small it is, right, has a potential to reshape our lives, to reorganize the things that we've done before and have a new outcome thereafter. And it also brings us, defines us how we show up in the world, and a shift in our own energy from one aspect or one place to another. As I think about the choices that I've made in my life, we are a byproduct of choices that we've accrued. Sometimes we've made poor decisions, and we've made things that have happened, or things have gone in a certain way that we may later regret, and therefore we're frozen or paralyzed by the concept of, again, doing something and something didn't turn out right. My feeling, as I speak to so many different people and as we travel on this journey, is that we live one time in this body itself, right? And the fact that we have the opportunity to live requires us to change and to make, have choices and make changes that fulfill those choices that we've decided upon. And so as we go on this journey, or in your life, maybe you can look at some of the choices that you've made and the power of choice that you have going today forward to reshape and shift your life. We can't live other people's stories. We can't live other people's lives. There comes a point in time where we're not forced to commit, but we're faced with commitment. And that commitment means really basically learning to honor and love oneself, love yourself. And when you're in the process of doing that, it's not a selfish act. It's a matter of taking the space for yourself, and now having the power through the choices and the opportunities you have to take advantage of them. And so as we go forward today on this journey, listen to what information comes through in terms of focusing in on the subject of the power of choice, the opportunities that arise in our lives, the things we could take advantage of that push us in up the direction that we're supposed to be headed in. But really that requires us, again, to do that. So, commitment, the power of choice, making decisions. All right, so we'll go on our journey today. What I'd like you to do is I'd like you to get into a comfortable place where you could either sit or lie down. And in that position, you just relax, close your eyes, and try to focus in on whatever information comes through, either sight, sounds, smells, whatever your unconscious mind is passing on to you. And again, focusing in on the subject of the power of choice, the choices that we have, the opportunities that we can make in our lives to advance ourselves, to fulfill our goals, to fulfill our dreams. Okay, so take a deep breath in and exhale. Take a deep breath in and exhale. Take a deep breath in, and we'll go on our journey and see what spirit animal comes through. We enter the forest. The sun brightly shining and warming our face. Gentle breeze passing through, and we can smell the forest air. And as we walk on the path, we take a deep breath in and focus in on being connected to Mother Nature. Walk on the path, we have the opportunity to look up and to look down, to look left and to look right, and to be open to the wonderment of what nature presents. And as we walk on the path up ahead, we see an opening to the cave. We see the void and its darkness. And we enter the cave, using our hands to navigate, touching the top, reaching out to the side. And up ahead, searching for the light coming from the other side. And as we make it through to the other side, the sun shines. Take a deep breath in and exhale. We continue on a new path, walking forward. And as we walk ahead, we hear a sound from the right. Turn in that direction, and we see a spirit animal. What animal do you see? The spirit animal moves closer to you and looks at you. The subject of the power of choice. You refer this to the animal. And you listen for whatever information comes through. Thank your spirit animal for any information you received. As you turn back on the path towards the cave, navigating with your hands through the dark passageway. Seeing the light at the other side. And reaching your original path. And as you reach the other side, you take a deep breath in. And exhale. And you stop in front of a tree on the right, a large oak tree. Put your arms around it, and you exchange energy. The tree absorbing the positive ions and neutralizing the negative energy. You take a deep breath in, and you thank the tree as you release your hands. You take a deep breath in again. Follow the path out of the forest. Take a deep breath in and exhale. Take a deep breath in and exhale. Take one more deep breath in and exhale. Move your fingers, move your toes, shrug your shoulders, and when you're ready, come back into the room. Okay, this was Shamanic Journey number 109 to the power of choice. And as we look at our lives, we know that we have the opportunity and we have the various choices and opportunities in our lives to shift and change from the path that we're on. And as I mentioned earlier, it's sometimes difficult for us to either accept the opportunities or the successes that come along, as well as the failures. And in our lives, we've been programmed to believe that if we try something in many ways, that we have probably a chance that we can fail at it, and that doesn't feel good, and becomes almost a fear-based emotion that exists around dealing with opportunities and having choices. And so sometimes we look for other people to make choices for us by really sabotaging our own path and waiting for other people again to make the decisions. And when that happens, then we wind up, instead of taking ownership for our own opportunities or lack thereof, we wind up blaming somebody else. So it's important for us to imagine a moment, like when we make decisions that have positive ripple effects throughout our lives, that just ripple out and just keep reverberating and adding more positivity. And that requires us, whether we're stepping into a new job, a new career, a new relationship, or a different lifestyle of how we handle our health, the exercise, eating habits, or whatever you may come up with. But what's important is for us to do is to be able to look at life and take advantage of the choices and understand the opportunity that things come to us that we're presented with that give us this path. So look at your life. Hopefully you received some information on this journey where you were able to just quiet the mind and see what came through, what images you might have seen, information that you heard, maybe instances in your life or conflicts that exist, and maybe going forward, the positive things that could change. So I want to thank you for joining me, and if you didn't catch the live, you can catch the replay. And also I had a nice interview yesterday with a person who had a near-death experience. I'll be posting that interview. You can check that out. Young lady that fell 60 feet from a cliff and survived and had a near-death experience, life review, and very interesting story. So I'll post that soon. And again, I hope you have a wonderful evening, and hopefully that the choices that you make in life are all turn out to be very positive. Have a great day or a great evening.